Your host, world-renowned wrestling commentator, Gordon Soley.
Thank you. Thank you so very, very much, and welcome once again, direct from Boutwell Auditorium, deep in the heart of Dixie in Birmingham, Alabama. It's Continental Championship Wrestling coming your way, an action-packed 60 minutes of wrestling action, I can assure you of that. Now then, I would also like to tell you at this time that we have a very special matchup coming, a mask versus mask match between the Bullet and the Flame. Pardon me. And I might point out that due to the importance and the seriousness of this match, there will be a one-fall 60-minute time limit. Now that match, should a pinfall occur or somebody get unmasked, there will be standby matches. But that is going to be, at this time, this match could go to a draw, who knows. But it is slated for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, so by all means do stay tuned. A most critical match for the Bullet and the Flame. It is mask versus mask, and that's coming up right after we get this ring introduction from our ring announcer, Mike Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this special television match is mask versus mask. One fall, television time remaining on this very important match. First of all, making his way to ringside, he weighs in at 301 pounds. Here is the Flame. And ladies and gentlemen, his challenger also making his way to ringside. He weighs in at 227 pounds from parts unknown. He's bad to the bone. Here is the Bullet.
This is it. One fall, 60-minute time limit, standby matches in the event this match does not go the full length of time. And by the way, if we have to cut away to commercial breaks, our crew will continue to videotape, so consequently we will bring you a pinfall or a submission should it occur during a commercial break. And it is the Flame caught by the Bullet and dropped, and the Flame fires back. The Flame catches him again. Remember now, it's mask versus mask, and it's the Bullet exploding with the right hand under the chin of the Flame. The Flame powers away from it before the 3 count. Roy George, the referee, sending the Bullet back to a neutral corner. The Flame playing for time. This early in the match, the time is not an ally. Full arm drag and twist now by the Flame. He has the Bullet by about, I would say, close to 60, 65 pounds. And a test of strength between these two men right now. And it is the Bullet getting the advantage here on the Flame. Full arm drag and twist now by the Bullet. Remember, the masks are at stake. Whipping right hand and a hard one into the throat. The Flame going over that top rope and trying to, if he can, get the Bullet disqualified, but the referee was alert and right on the scene on that one. Flame complaining to the referee, saying that he threw him over the top rope, which is not the case at all. You and I saw it very clearly. It was a chop into the throat. So the Flame, realizing that that is not... Well, he's still trying to get the Bullet disqualified. All right. The Bullet still bearing the scars of the times he's been burned by the Flame. And we saw the Flame going into his trunks. The Bullet is ready, and the Flame now could have been doing something to his mask. And still, the Flame. So he's trying to already use time as an ally. The referee checking that mask, and apparently if the Flame had put anything in there, he removed it. It could be ensconced in that right hand of his. Up into the ring ropes. Ooh, let fly low to the rib cage.
5 minutes gone in the match. 5 minutes gone.
So the Bullet is down, and the Flame got in a shot there that has taken its toll on the Bullet. And it is the Flame now. Powerful boots to the side of the rib cage, going after where there the possible earlier injury. Now the flat of the foot right into the pectoralis majors. The Bullet coming up very slowly and driven back to the canvas by the Flame. So the Flame very much in control of the situation. Dominating the match with the Bullet. Catches the Bullet from behind once again. And again, the Bullet caught right between the shoulder blades. The Bullet now beginning to stalk the Flame. And the Flame backing away, but the Bullet explodes. The Bullet catches him again, a hard right hand. A chop into the throat. And the Flame driven back into the ropes now. Quick rip across the eyes. The Bullet caught again, a forearm between the shoulder blades, and has his head jammed into the turnbuckle. He's up on the ropes. He got a shoulder off. He got a shoulder off. The referee was counting both men, but the Bullet got a shoulder off, and so that means the Flame is the loser, and the Bullet is the victor. The Bullet is the victor in this match. The Flame protesting it, but his shoulder stayed down. The Bullet got his shoulder off. And the Bullet wants that mask off the Flame. There you see it. The Bullet is the victor. And the Flame protesting that he was not down for the count.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's decision to fall and the match go to the Bullet.
The Flame still protesting the situation.
That man is not going to unmask. This man right here is a loser. He's been a loser all of his life, and he's the man that's going to take his mask off.
Wait a minute, there's a Tennessee Stud. The Tennessee Stud has suddenly appeared on the scene, and he's after the Bullet. The Bullet catches him. The Bullet after the Stud now. We've got a Pier Sixer going now. A real Pier Sixer. And it's the Bullet pounding away at the Tennessee Stud. And so the Stud is down. Wait a minute. Mr. Olympia just came into the ring. And a headbutt to the back of the head of the Bullet. And they're after the mask. They're after the mask of the Bullet. Mr. Olympia ripping the mask off the bullet. He's after the lacings now. And wait a minute. Who's that charging through? Looked like it may have been Brad Armstrong. Meanwhile, they're still after the mask. They're still after the mask of the bullet. And now, the Rep Patrol is heading in there. The Rep Patrol and the Tennessee Stud cuts him off at the pass. The Flame now catching Brad Armstrong, a hard right hand. Meanwhile, they're still after the mask of the Flame. Now, the Scott and Steve Armstrong, Brad Armstrong, all in there. They got the mask off the bullet, but they've got him covered with a towel or something. They've got the mask. They've got the mask, no question about it. Let's see if we can find out who the bullet is. Brad Armstrong and the Rat Patrol, Scott and Steve, in there with the bullet. And Mr. Olympia certainly proved what kind of a man he was. Well, they've got... the Flame is out of the ring. The Tennessee Stud has left the ring area. Now there they are, leaving the ring area. Meanwhile, keep that camera on the bullet. Maybe we'll get a look at that face. They're keeping him covered, however. And accidentally or on purpose, they're certainly blocking the way. And wait just a minute. Wait just a minute. Approaching me right now.
You're going to show an instant replay, I hope. Yeah. Because we did it. Right on, man, Olympia. Give me the money. Give me the money. In my stable. Give me the money. Yeah, I want to see that replay. On this tape. I'm going to Bob Geigel. And I want Mr. President of the NWA, Geigel, to see that face. Roll it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I never could see who it was.
You what?
I never could see who it wasn't. No, sir, I couldn't. Well, I don't know if they can.
You know it.
I'll know it. If they play it back, I'll show you exactly what I saw.
You know it was him. There it is. You know it, Gordon Sully. In your own heart, Gordon Sully,
No,
you know
sir.
it. You know it was Bob
I never
Armstrong.
could see him.
Down deep in your heart, you know it was him.
That's deep enough, I can assure you of that.
You just don't want me to get the money. That's my money, Gordon. You saw it right there.
Well, sir, I never could see it. I never could make it.
I'm going to push it. Hey, I'm going to push it from 10,000 to 20,000. I'll give 20,000 to see it.
$20,000 on the...
interest of people on Gun Club Road in West Palm Beach.
Well, I'll tell you what. They have raised the ante, the bounty now on the bullet. You heard the man say it, Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud suddenly appearing, and he's raised that bounty to $20,000. But I can honestly say, I never saw the face of the bullet. We'll be back. Championship Wrestling in Pensacola tomorrow night at the City Auditorium. Match time is 8 p.m. In a loser leave Pensacola match, it's the Bullet against the Flame. The Southeastern Tag titles, Tommy and Johnny Rich against the Nightmares. Six-man tag, Brad Scott and Steve Armstrong against Robert Fuller, Boomer Lynch, and a mystery partner. In a mixed tag team match, Norvell Austin and Candy Devine take on the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda. It'll be Roy Lee Welch against Roberto Soto. That's tomorrow night in Pensacola, City Auditorium, 8 p.m. Now I have with me, of course, I'm pretty sure this is the Bullet. Brad, Scott, and Steve Armstrong are with me. Gentlemen, before we talk to you four, let's turn it over to our ring announcer, Mike Jackson.
I'm here with the Stud Stable. I heard six-man loser leave.
I don't need to hear nothing out of you, Mike Jackson. I want to get rid of the whole Armstrong clan, and I want to do it in one night. So I'm going to put 3 of my men against 3 of them young punks, and I'm making the challenge right now. I want it loser leave town. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. My man, the Flame, against Bob Armstrong, the Bullet.
Rebuttals, Gordon.
Right now. Man to man. Me and you. Nobody else. No outside interference. Man to man. Me and you, Armstrong. And I'll burn you up.
Gordon.
All right, 6 men is what they're asking.
It seems like they've tried every low-down, dirty trick in the book to get the mask off the Bullet.
Well, the bullet he is and the bullet he will remain. And I've got my brothers right here, Steven Scott, the Rap Patrol Incorporated, to help me see to that. Six-man tag, Robert Fuller, Boomer Lynch, and a mystery man. Well, it don't matter, because it's no mystery that the Armstrongs can kick booty and take care of business.
You know, Gordon, you can't trust anybody. I can't trust nobody but the men you see standing right here with me. As far as you're at Olympia, you are number 2 on the list, Olympia. You know what number 2 means?
Ladies and gentlemen, this special TV match, Battle of the Giants, first of all, in the ring at 354 pounds. Parts unknown, here is Big Dave German, the Bounty Hunter. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 301 pounds as he makes his way to ringside from South Africa, here is Boomer H. Lynch. Your referee, Roy George. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit on this special event.
Okay, Boomer H. Lynch getting set to move out against Big Dave German. And brother, I'll tell you what, Big Dave German is just that. He is a big man. 354 pounds. Massive. Lynch, right at 300 pounds, and he is almost dwarfed by this man. And a test of strength and leverage and balance. And neither man came away with a decisive victory in that test. All right. Lynch close in once again, collar and elbow. And Lynch getting a slight edge on this one. Drove him back, but now look at German driving him back. Up near those ring ropes. The referee watching very carefully. Brother, what a test between two Goliaths. Off the ropes. And that did little or no good. He might as well have run into a redwood tree. All right, he staggered Lynch, but couldn't drive him down. And what a collision between these two. Lynch dropped to one knee momentarily. Lynch caught him that time, a good lariat coming off the ropes. Lynch drives a knee. Lynch now keeping that head trapped. Lynch keeping total pressure on his man. Dave German trying to get back to his feet. A knee caught him in near the lumbar region of the back. Has him on that top rope now and punishing him, cutting off that precious air supply. And Lynch now taking shortcuts. He's a little desperate with a man this big. Lynch again taking a shortcut, I would assume. Can't tell it from here. The referee down there checking very alertly. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit on this match. German fires to the midsection. Lynch has German back on his feet. An Irish whip. Wow, backdrop. Lynch behind his man. Look at this big fellow German, though, back to his feet. Drives the knee into the side of and he's got him by the beard now. And the referee trying to break it up. forearms into the chest. And Lynch caught him coming in. Lynch off the ropes, down across the chest. Gets the 3 count. He gets the 3 count. And so the victory goes to Boomer H. Lynch. For the official word, here's our ring announcer.
The official time is 6 minutes and 2 seconds. The fall goes to Boomer H. Lynch.
Continental Wrestling in Mobile, Alabama at Fort Whiting Armory on Friday at 8 p.m. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Ric Flair defends his title against former champion Tommy Rich. In a $20,000 bounty match, the Bullet against Mr. Olympia. The Continental Championship, Brad Armstrong against Robert Fuller. The Alabama Championship, Roberto Soto against Boomer Lynch. In a challenge match, Norvell Austin against the exotic Adrian Street. Johnny Rich takes on Nightmare 1. Roy Lee Welch goes up against Nightmare 2. Only a $1 increase in price. Quick reminder, Championship Wrestling tomorrow night in Pensacola, Thursday, January 2nd in Crestview at the National Guard Armory. Next Friday night, of course, in Mobile at Fort Whiting Armory. And, of course, a $20,000 bounty match, you against Mr. Olympia.
You know, Gordon, I want to wish Tommy Rich, right off the bat, the best of luck against world champion Ric Flair. It's world title night at Fort Whiting. I got something to prove because a man who came forth and said, I'll help you, Bullet, I'll help you keep the mask, almost took the mask, almost saw my face. I'm going to tell you this, $20,000 bounty, you're going to get your mask taken off.
TV title.
Exactly right. Bring the big trophy, Robert Fuller, because if I don't win it, I'll make a popsicle out of you, and that's a promise.
Let's listen to these comments.
Friday night, this Friday night in Mobile, World Championship, you're going down the drain for sure, Tommy Rich, because Ric Flair's going to take care of you. Then you're going to get yourself $20,000. You're going to get Alabama title. Oh, I know you're going to bring it. Where's your TV trophy?
I got a couple of Mexicans back in the back shining it up.
You sure you ain't Puerto Rican?
I'm sure I am. Mexican boy. That trophy's taller than Bob and Brad Armstrong.
You ain't got a chance, Bob Armstrong, Brad Armstrong, none of you. It's going to be a bad night for all of you Friday night in Mobile. You might as well go down the drain. Don't even show up at Fort Whiting.
Bring the money.
I'm going to bring the money. I'll bring you money. Don't worry about that. You get your money.
Plus, world champion Ric Flair defends his title against Tommy Wildfire Rich. Only a $1 increase in admission prices. Thursday night, January 2nd, wrestling in Crestview. On next Friday night, wrestling in Mobile. And, of course, tomorrow night in Pensacola City Auditorium, it'll be Norvell Austin and Candy Devine against Mr. Street and Miss Linda.
Right on, Mr. Soley. Candy Devine will finally be there in living color. Adrian Street, you thought you put her out for good, but you didn't get the job done good enough. And she's got fire in her eyes, and she told me to leave you this message, that you're going down, and you're going down hard right there in Pensacola, boy.
All right, let's listen to these comments.
Candy Devine, the redneck, buck-tussed, female, American female. It's only an American female that'd be stupid enough to come and get a second help into the pile driver. And it's only a gollywog like Norvell Austin who'd be stupid enough to bring her. It's your responsibility, Norvell.
A great night of wrestling tomorrow night in Pensacola at the City Auditorium. And don't forget the loser leave town, the loser leave Pensacola match coming up between the Bullet and the Flame.
You've got the touch. Event, one fall with television time remaining. It is for the Continental Heavyweight title. First of all, making his way to ringside, he weighs in at 231 pounds. From Tennessee, here is luscious Robert Fuller. And ladies and gentlemen, also making his way toward the ringside area, he is the Continental Heavyweight Champion. He weighs in at 231 pounds. Here is the very popular Roberto Soto.
Standing tall, walking proud is Roberto Soto. The Continental Heavyweight Champion. Referee being holding aloft the belt now, the Continental belt. Robert Fuller checking it over. Of course, obviously, that's something that he wants. And so Fuller getting set to remove his robe now, and Soto is anxious to get on with it. But Fuller taking his time. One fall, TV. Well, wait a minute, what's he doing now? What is Fuller doing now? Fuller outside the ring, removing his robe. Obviously, a very expensive robe. Now he's asking for...
Let's all hear it. Viva Mexico! What do you think, baby?
He just shouted Viva Mexico, and Roberto Soto, who's from San Juan, Puerto Rico, after him, and more than somewhat irate. And Soto still after him, and Fuller back into the ring. And again, Fuller leaving the ring. Soto stalking him. Fuller moving back inside. They lock up collar and elbow. And it is Fuller blocked by Soto, and Soto explodes. He caught a left hand high on the head of the luscious one, Robert Fuller. Here was the man who caused Bob Armstrong to be put out of wrestling. Has now been replaced by the Bullet. They lock up collar and elbow once again. And it's Soto with a side headlock. Fuller comes up with a top wrist lock. Good reversal by Soto. Soto back and caught him again. Drove him back. Soto, the southpaw. And he has got a lot of power in that. Now, what's Fuller doing now? Out of the ring once again. Championship match, the Continental title on the line. And so once again, Fuller moves back into the ring. Soto, of course, is a very, very fiery Latin American. Full arm drag and twist. And Soto delivers a boot just under the armpit. Has a full arm drag and twist on Robert Fuller. Catches him again. Up very slowly, back on his feet, Soto. And it's Fuller driving a knee into the chest. Catches him with a side headlock, fires him off the ropes. Crisscrossing in the ring, and it's Soto. Catching him with a high hip toss. Good wing over by Soto to an inside armbar. And so Robert Fuller is not faring too well right now in his quest for the Continental Championship.
5 minutes gone in the match. 5 minutes gone.
One fall television time remaining. And we have seen some very interesting things occur during the past hour. The Bullet was unmasked, but nobody got a look at him. The Rat Patrol and Brad Armstrong came charging in the ring. Ron Fuller has raised the bounty on the Bullet. Good counter by Roberto Soto on a high hip toss. And Soto catches him once again. So Robert Fuller paying a price to challenge for the Continental Heavyweight Championship. Soto, the first man, to my knowledge, to hold both titles at the same time. Fuller eases out to those ring ropes, and that'll force the break. That forces... No, sir. Soto brought him right back in again. Referee Nick Dukas watching him carefully. Fuller complaining to the referee, saying that the hold should have been broken. Well, maybe it should, maybe it shouldn't have. We kind of have to go along with the referee. Just let it go. Soto in the blue-green trunks, and as he threw, as Fuller threw Soto, Soto hung on like a pit bull, and so consequently Fuller finds himself on the receiving end. All right, he's under the ring ropes, and again Soto brings him back to the center of the ring. Fuller again makes it to the ring ropes. And Fuller, nursing a very, very sore left arm, is outside the ring.
Maybe I was wrong about this man. Viva Puerto Rico. He got so bad.
It is Fuller caught again as Fuller was making some comment about Viva Puerto Rico. And Soto, still smarting from the earlier comments, is really after Fuller. Caught him over the referee's shoulder. Fires him up. High backdrop on Roberto Soto. And that had to take a lot of steam out of him. Lateral press. No, sir. Soto powers away. Remember, Fuller is either going to have to pin Soto or make him submit in order to gain that title, and he only has television time remaining. Soto trying to work himself free. Through the ropes. Soto on the ground outside, and Fuller grazes the top of his head, catches him across the prefrontal lobe, catches him again, this time near the temple, and Soto is down and dazed. And Fuller, outside the ring, catches him in the stomach with the flat of the foot. And so Soto in trouble outside the ring. Remember, a countout will not change the title. Fuller going after him once again, outside. Smashes his head on the timer's table. Drives him into that steel railing. Soto in trouble now. And so the luscious one, standing proudly in the ring, very pleased with himself, goes outside the ring again. And Soto connects coming in. Fuller retaliates. Soto connects again. And it is Soto driving Fuller into that steel ring post. And Soto starts to charge into the ring, but Fuller catches him coming in. Soto having problems with that left arm, and remember, he's a southpaw. Snapmare brings Soto back into the ring. Rear chin lock by Fuller. So Fuller keeps the pressure on the champion. The Continental champion, Robert Fuller. Correction, Roberto Soto. It's Fuller who's trying to gain that title. And Fuller increasingly unhappy with the crowd. The crowd, of course, vociferous in their support of Roberto Soto. Soto back to his feet, catches him with a hard right hand, catches him once again with a good shoulder smash. Soto, again, Soto caught on that left arm. Biceps and triceps have been punished.
10 minutes gone in the match. 10 minutes gone.
And so, Fuller keeping that rear chin lock on him, keeping him relatively under control. Soto now in the battle of his life for that Continental Championship. He wants to keep it. He fires to the midsection, fires again to the side of the rib cage. Fuller fires back. Soto staggers back, but comes across a hard cross, another hard left cross by Roberto Soto. Fuller backing away. Soto wastes no time in connecting again. Soto, another ripping left hand that has Robert Fuller into the ring ropes and hanging on. Off the rope, Soto fires again right at the belt line. Soto in a beautiful rolling reverse. No, sir, count of 2. Fuller was able to power away from it. Soto caught him with a drop kick. Drives Fuller outside the ring. Fuller moving away from it. And Soto catches up with him. Delivers another hard left hand. Fuller gouging at the eyes. Fuller doing something with that boot, but Soto catches the boot and clubs him with another left hand. Fuller in trouble, back into the ring. I think Mr. Fuller has decided that street fighting is not his thing. Another left hand drives him up against the ropes. And so Soto now scoring effectively and almost at will. Off the ring ropes. Good shoulder smash puts Fuller to the canvas. Ooh. Fuller hurdles Soto through the ropes. And Fuller obviously doing something with that boot. And it's Fuller catching him with that boot. You can see the obvious disparity. There's an obvious disparity in the 2 boots worn by Robert Fuller. An obvious disparity in those 2 boots. And so, Robert Fuller takes the benefit of the fall, and we have indeed, at this point in time, a new Continental Champion. You can see him. There's the Tennessee Stud, his brother Ron Fuller, Mr. Olympia, Boomer H. Lynch, all congratulating him. Let's go back and see if we can pick up where it appeared he was doing something with that boot, because he was pounding it on the ring surface. Then he caught Roberto Soto in the rib cage coming in, and it obviously had a totally adverse effect on one Roberto Soto. All right, I'll tell you what, I see the Tennessee Stud approaching. I certainly want to ask the Tennessee Stud.
What a night, Sully, what a night for the stable, huh? Boomer got him a big win. Olympia got him a big win. You can be the first to congratulate the new Continental Champion, luscious Robert Fuller. Yes, go ahead.
May I ask you, sir, I notice there's a big difference between the 2 wrestling boots that you're wearing.
Yeah, and Bob Armstrong's gonna die for us. My leg is short, because of Bob Armstrong. Come and get it. Anybody's mad enough, baby. I want to also make sure that Bob Geigel takes a good look. I still say you can see plainly Bob Armstrong's face. And if you can, I want to remind each and every one of my stable here that it's no longer $10,000. It's now $20,000 for that mask of the bullet and show his face. Now, that's all I've got to say. It's been a great night. It's been a pleasure for the viewers. It's been a pleasure for these rednecks here. And it's been a pleasure for you, too, Gordon Sully. The Purdy's got the title. The Purdy's got the title, baby.
Well,
Hey, Gordon, I want you to look at that film real good, because you know, if you don't, you mess me out of $10,000, and I'm going to blame it on you.
Well, I have nothing to do with what ends up on this monitor. All I can say is I still question that boot on the foot of one Robert Fuller. And, well, We'll be back in just a moment.